Hey everyone, this is Commentated here, and this is a speedrun of New Super Mario Bros. 2 in 28 minutes and 53 seconds. Alright, now things have started, well, I can't say slowly because it's a speedrun. Yeah. Playing through 1-1 right here. Really fast-paced. You'll see me doing some tricky jumps there to avoid no blocks, since there's like a randomness factor with them. Basically, there's like a random chance that you'll lose all of your momentum when you jump on a note block, and there's a random chance, and like, you'll either lose all of your momentum or you'll keep it all. So we just avoid it, just to avoid the RNG completely. Here's 1-2. There, you're supposed to cancel the grab pound with up, but for some reason, it ain't my input, so yeah. A lot of, decently tight jumps here. Alright, I try a triple jump there because there's a strat that involves wall kicking off the walls to save about half a second. Alright, you saw that I hit the flag at 2000, or I did a triple jump onto the flag when it was unnecessary. Well, actually, it was necessary because testing proved that hitting the flag at around that point is actually faster than hitting it at any other point. Only by a few frames, but considering how many flagpoles you hit, it's a lot. Now here I'm going to grab the checkpoint. I only do this because it's a safer strat, and it only loses about 2 seconds in total. What the risky strat would do is just not grab any power-ups at all in World 1. Like in the tower here, you're gonna just see me grab a leaf, which, well, it's a leaf. It's the item for, like, it's like the new quote-unquote item for New Super Mario Bros. 2. That and the gold flower. And it acts just like it did in Super Mario Bros. 3. There is a trick that you can do with it, though, that will be showcased later, so I'll explain it then. Like here I'm taking the secret exit for the warp cannon. Again, hitting that 2000 mark. And here's the warp cannon. You might wonder why the split is so long, why I even have a split for the cannon. It's because the cannon is actually a level. That's like a new thing with this game. So what I do here is I take the red ring, and then unfortunately I miss a red coin there, so I don't get to showcase the gold flower. Basically what would happen if I got all the red coins is I would get a gold flower, and then I would use a strat in a later level, using the gold flower to save about 2 seconds. Here we go, entering Mushroom 1. We're going to start off with a damage boost right there. And we're going to hit this hidden block, grab a star, and just use it for the rest of the level. This is probably like the fastest level in the game because of it. You see me do a turn back right there, just so I can hit a higher coin on the flag. Like, it's not 2,000, but it's closer to 2,000 than 200, so. And this is an auto-scroller. There are 3 of them in any percent. And the first 2 are really long. So, yeah. I guess you could say that an 90% run does start off slowly. Yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory, just an auto-scroller. Dodge the enemies coming at you. Nothing much to explain here. I get hit there. Not intended, obviously. Then I'm like, oh, that's fine, I did have the gold flower. And then I realize I don't have the gold flower. Now, there's a strat in this level. Well, first I should explain how gold flowers work. Basically, they let you shoot fireballs that have, like, an explosion radius. So, like, you can kill things through walls if the walls are thin enough. So what we use that for is to avoid a damage boost by killing the enemy on the other side of the wall before we get to it. Then I get hit again there, and I'm really stuck on what to do, because I can't even damage boost when I'm small. And you can avoid a damage boost, it wastes about 3 seconds, though. Now there's a wall right there that opens, and if you shoot gold fireballs at it, then that urchin on the top will, hopefully get killed, and you can enter that pipe without taking damage. Again, hitting that 2,000 mark. This is the ghost house. Nothing much to it. Hit the right switches in the right order. This room is weird. I got through that perfectly, but that room has like hidden bouncy pads. And if you hit any of them, you lose time. So and it's pretty hard to avoid them, so I got through there without avoiding all of them. I do a triple jump there, so I can just use one less wall jump to get to that second question mark switch. And there we go, again hitting that 2,000 mark. Now you might have wondered why I wasn't scared at all and didn't wait for 366 to pass. That's because fireworks in this game work a bit differently. You can only get fireworks on one multiple, like on one thing. Like normally, if the last two digits matched, you get fireworks. But now, they have to match, and they also have to be a certain number. And that number depends on the world. In World Mushroom, it's 7. So yeah, here's another auto-scroller. It does scroll up. That means we can get to things before they appear on screen. Unfortunately, we can't get to everything immediately, or else that would just make this category like 2 minutes shorter, and that would be amazing, but nope. Because this game decides, like, unlike all the other games, that it should just wait to load it on screen, which I think is smart because it uses up less memory, but it's annoying for a speedrun. You actually have to sit through the auto-scroller. And this auto-scroller is a perfect chance to just set us up, giving us 2 leaves for the rest of the run. Optimally, you would only get 1 more power-up after this, which is after a damage boost, because you do 2 more damage boosts in this run. Nothing much else to say here. Just self-explanatory, just auto-scroller. Now here, I'm going to try to get into the ending pipe as soon as possible, which I fail at. The pipe loads right as you see that little bottom little zigzag thingy of the mushroom. That's about when the pipe loads, so I try to get into the pipe then. I failed that time. Now, Mushroom Cannon is probably the hardest level in... Well, yeah, if a run doesn't end in World 6, it ends here. This is a really hard level. So basically there are crows. There are like 4 of them. And they move according to your movement. Except the kick is... the way they move, like, according to your movement, is really weird. Like, you can be, like, a pixel different from another movement, and they'll change, like, drastically. It's weird. I've been trying to look for ways to manipulate the crow's movements so that it's easier, but I haven't found any. Here we go into Flower 1. If we do somehow lose our leaf, which is very common in that level, we can just get one here. And now the secret exit in this level is really creative. You have to wait on this flying block, and then it takes you up to the secret exit. Alright, now you're going to want to remember that trick that I said was going to be showcased later. with the leaf, and that is going to be first showcased in this upcoming level. It's called Dash Flying, or yeah, Dash Flying. I don't really know what to call it, but basically, normally when you just hold the jump button with P speed, you'll lose all your momentum. But if you like mash Y and B, or mash the dash button and the jump button, then you'll keep all of your speed. So it's a really fast way to get through levels. And unfortunately, the second half of this level is not a scroller, so yeah. And we did use another star there. Even though we're in midair, the star still boosts our speed. Luckily, this auto scroller is a lot shorter than the other two. Now, there are two levels in the game that you actually really have to worry about fireworks, and this is one of them. Alright, so here I get into the pipe at about, like, the first possible moment, which is really cool. Yeah, you're gonna see I wait here, because if you have double 8s in roll flower, that get you fireworks. I have gotten failed runs that got a 390 there, or 389. Normally, if the timer is 389, I'll wait it out just in case. But I have gotten a 390 on that level before. Enough. Flower Cannon. It's a really hard level without the leaf. With the leaf, it's probably one of the easiest cannons. We just fly right over everything. You're supposed to have some really tricky jumps on some ball bombs. Yeah, the leaf just makes it like, whatever. And that cannon takes us to World 6, which is the last world. Here we go, into 6-1. These levels get really hard really quickly. So I'm gonna get P-Speed and keep you for the rest of the level. I'm not gonna dash fly yet, but I'm gonna dash fly right now. So I'm gonna use that little platform there to just give me a little boost and dash fly through the entire level. Or for the rest of the level. Without dash flying, that's a mini auto-scroller section. Right, here we go in 6 Ghost House. If you have a gold block there, it's really hard to avoid collecting it. Basically, a gold block just gives you coins as you move, and it gives you an extra hit while it's still there. Like, eventually it will run out. But if you get hit while it's on, then you don't lose your power-up, you just lose the block. Which is why sometimes I like to grab it in hard levels. I used to grab it in Mushroom Cannon, but then I realized that it only really lasts for the easy half of the level. Alright, so that was a damage boost right there. There's a switch hidden under the boo. We hit that. Alright, now here we just do a bunch of wall kicks. If you get pixel perfect wall kicks, then you can skip those last two that I did. Of course, mine were nowhere near pixel perfect. Here we go, 6A. We're just gonna grab a leaf here. It's part of the route because we're gonna need to do one more damage boost in this run, and we're still gonna want to keep that leaf. But here I got an early P speed. Normally you're not supposed to get it until like after, so then that really just like confuses me. And then I just get like, why? I get to a point where like I'm like just weird it out, and I don't know what to do because I have P speed early. And if I just did it like like I normally do, then I would just lose speed. So yeah, I wound up losing time there because I got the early P speed, which normally would be good if you knew how to deal with it, but I didn't, because that almost never happens. Alright, 6 Tower is probably one of the best uses of P speed. It's a tower, so you're moving up, so no dash flying. But this is a really amazing trick. Alright, so first I just need to get to a point where I can generate the P speed without any obstructions, which is right here. And then I use that P speed to fly up through the rest of the level, landing on some really tricky platforms. There are actually 2 versions of this trick. If you watch the world record, then that'll do a slightly harder version of the trick. I did time it out. It is not any faster. And here's the Resner fight. I have trouble here for some reason. Normally this is a really easy fight, but alright, now on to 6-4. This is probably where P speed is the most important, because if you don't have it, you lose about 20 seconds. So generate P speed right at the beginning, and I keep it all the way through the end. Dash flying is really helpful, like just little short bursts of it for like the first bit of the level, and then for the last bit of the level, we just dash fly through it to skip a mini auto stroller. Okay, 6-5. This is an extremely hard level, lots of really precise jumps, and we're actually going to exploit our triple jumps now. And another thing, actually, so basically, if you flutter like that right now, it will think that you've just done a single jump, so you'll always do a double jump after a flutter like that, no matter what. So we can exploit that and do a triple jump to get over that bit of fire. And a triple jump to get over that bit of fire. Now this is another level to be worried about fireworks. If you mess anything up, then you might have to wait. And here we go. This is the last level. Indeed. The level itself is decently short. It's just the fight that's long. Now, I choke this level a lot in this run. So I'll tell you where the chokes are and what's supposed to happen. Alright, so you're supposed to damage boost there. And there. And get the leaf again. Now, here's the choke. You're supposed to, like, walk on top of both fire pillar things, but I get hit. And that's really bad, because we need P speed for this room to skip this little mini auto-scroller. So that loses, I'd say... No, it's the majority of my time loss. is at least 10 seconds. And, alright. This one, do I get this? I'm actually not sure. Okay, I do. So basically, what I did there is I went really fast, and I avoided the glowing stuff that turns you into stone, and I only had to do it twice. So basically, it was a 3-cycle. And that's actually really hard. So now I get the backup leaf, because this dodge right here, these fireballs are really hard. Well, at least that first set is really hard to dodge. What I want to say about the fireballs, they're not RNG, they're always the same. And that first pattern, the first one is always really hard to dodge. Oh yeah, normally you can jump over Bowser like that. I somehow failed it. That accounts for another 10 seconds of time loss. Luckily I got good RNG and he jumped pretty quickly. And here we go. From here, it's basically a set amount of time, except it isn't. It's an auto-scroller that really depends on how quickly you can get to the next section. It's an upwards auto-scroller, so you can get to some areas before they're seen on screen, but you can't do the entire thing. So basically what I do is I grab the leaf that I have in reserve immediately, because I'm going to need P-Speed later to fly upwards. So Bowser does a swipe every so often. The least amount of swipes you can do the fight in is 12. I think I do this one in 14, because I somehow failed to get up there. Oh, never mind, that's only 13. Yeah. So the first phase, he does a minimum of 4 swipes. Now I have the P-Speed, so I can just fly upwards to the end, making it a lot easier. That's why you want to keep your leaf if you can. Normally Bowser jump is really easy, but for this second phase, he has a minimum of 5 swipes, so even if you make it up there in time, he'll still do a 5th swipe. No one knows why. And for this last phase, I guess, there's a minimum of 3 swipes, even though I'd say there isn't a set minimum, because it's really just a matter of how fast you can load the top. So basically there are these platforms on the side of the, like, below the top that I use to get up there, and hit the switch, and end the run. So yeah. Those platforms on the side I use them to my advantage, so I can get up there more quickly, and hit that switch. So yeah, that is New Super Mario Bros. 2 in 28 minutes and 53 seconds. My thoughts on this run. It was really good up until I choked the last level a lot. I can pretty easily improve this though. At my skill level, I'd say 28-20. Yeah, 28-20 is possible. Of course, I'm getting better, so yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll let you enjoy the credits.